does not resign himself to the restrictions of nature and social subjugation, but opposes them. He wants to live free from them and works to this end. He harnesses nature to create conditions needed for his life and changes natural things. So we take the things and tools of nature, we use them to build cities, towns, structures, infrastructure, not just for ourselves to better our own life and our own livelihood, but also for the community. And this is what is independent. This is what defines the independence of man from. I mean, but like we see like somewhat of like the like tool usage, but like the we change nature, we change all, like the environment as well, and that's what it is. Oh, my chat is broken on my phone right here. I love that we can transform society to make it serve the life of community better. We're so cool for doing that. Yeah, and we should do that, right? Maybe like some kind of radical change to the way we're doing things now. 14. Why is independence the life and soul for man? POV, your government actually believes you can comprehend yourself and doesn't try to propagandize you into being alienated from your own identity as a human that exists, but everyone thinks you're the brainwashed one. Yeah. It feels like really kind, right? He harnesses nature to create conditions needed for his life and changes natural things and phenomena into the means useful for his livelihood and transforms society to make it serve the life of community better. Like it feels a very kind, generous way to talk about humanity so far. Why is independence the life and soul for man? Let me see if I can fix my chat down here because it's hard to read as it goes if it's not fixed. There we go. Independence is the life and soul for man. When independence is referred to as man's life and soul, it means the social and political integrity. The physical life is what keeps man alive as a biological organism, whereas the social and political integrity is what keeps him alive as a social being. For man, a social being, the social and political integrity is more precious than the physical life. If he is deserted by society and loses political independence, he is like a dead man as a social being, even though he is alive physically. Damn. Getting ready they're getting ready to drag us. Do we have political independence? Are we dead social beings? Chat, are we all dead social beings even though we're alive physically? I think we're all dead, right? If you're not in a socialist country, I think we are all dead, right? We are so violently free. That's true. That one's true. I'm alive, but I'm dead. They really said I'm alive, but I'm dead. They really. 15. What is creativity? Creativity is an attribute of social being who transforms the world and shapes his destiny purposefully and consciously. By dint of creativity, man transforms nature and society to make them more useful and beneficial to him by changing the world into the new. Not the world, by changing the old into the new. Man breeds new varieties of animals and plants, invents new machines and instruments, develops new ideas and knowledge, and establishes a new social system by transforming things and phenomena in the world that surrounds him on the basis of understanding them. New things and happenings come into being by the activities of man who changes the old into the new. He makes not only quite new things, but what is needed for his life by transforming nature and society on the level he has already reached. In other words, he changes the useless and harmful things in nature and society into the useful and beneficial ones, and makes what is less useful and beneficial more useful and beneficial. Creativity is not the special quality of some individual persons, but a mode of activity peculiar to man, a social being. Once again, very generous. It leans on kind as opposed to neutral, I think. In my opinion. This is, I don't want to say assumptive. I don't want to say assumes, right? Like that feels like maybe the wrong language, but like, or maybe this is again Juche. So like this is an understanding of what creativity in Juche ideology is. That's probably what it means. As opposed to capitalist ideology, creativity is how can I extract more violence and profit, right? Like that's probably a capitalist understanding of creativity. How can I monetize this and exploit workers? Whereas a Juche understanding is how can I take the things around me that are harmful and make them beneficial? That makes a lot more sense. The means of revolution is the real Juche necromancy. Oh, because we're all gonna come back to life after we revolt. That would be great. We're all gonna be alive after that. With zombie as a theory of labor. It explains why we're obsessed with the zombie apocalypses, especially in the 2000s and 2010s. I mean, all the undead, all the love for the undead. You think it's because we're all politically dead? Is that what it is? You we can relate to the undead TV shows because we're all dead politically. Oh, copy. We're worker zombies. I see what you mean. Yeah, it's that age-old. I don't know what the word is for it, but like that saying that people where it's like all you do once you become an adult is go to work and go to sleep and wake up and go to work again, right? Brings new meaning to dead inside. Yeah, it's really dead outside. Yes, the Juche understanding of creativity. Okay, cool. Thank you. I can't wait until you add a fake quote to Mecha Lennon. It's gonna be great. That's I. It's currently sitting at 50 quotes, so it's spitting out the same one for me and Hegel's Big D over and over again. Oh yeah, chat. Vampires or werewolves? There. I'm going to read 16 and learn about the idea of consciousness now. Because I didn't have to ask that question earlier. They asked it for me. What is. Oh, yes, there's a poll. Vote in the poll, please. Consciousness is an attribute of social being that determines all his activities to understand and reshape the world and himself. By means of consciousness, man understands the world and the law that governs its movement and transforms and develops nature and society in line with his demand. Man conceives the plan of his action through thought before starting cognition and transformation. Conceiving and planning are the first process of all the activities to cognize and transform, and are a key factor that ensures the purposeful cognition and practice. In other words, the cognition and practice of man are the process of conceiving an idea and making a plan and putting them into practice. This shows that all activities conducted by man are consciously controlled actions. When man encounters a series of the problems and situations in the course of cognition and transformation, he neither sits idle nor goes on with what he is doing without proper measures. He copes with them positively and adjusts and controls all his activities so that he can achieve the goals of his activities. This means that we can perceive things in the world and think about how we want to change them before we change them, as opposed to just reacting to things in the world as a form of stimuli. We are able to conceive the plan of our action with thought before starting cognition and transformation. We're able to plan ahead. The process of conceiving an idea and making a plan and putting them into practice. They are all consciously controlled actions. What one? Werewolves, right? No. It just says 4 in the chat. Which one won? Vamps won. Stream Elements seems to be not very smart at answering that. It says vampires or werewolves 4. Vampires won, not dogs? There actually is a video about zombies as a theory of labor. That's incredible. What do you mean they're not dogs? What do you mean? Hold on. This is a dog. This is a good boy. 4. All men are dogs. Yeah, tits out for tankies seems to understand, I think. They're wolves. You think he looks like a bad boy? But look at him. He's got his shirt on. He still has his clothes all nice. They're like not even ripped a little bit. His hair's combed. All men are werewolves. Whoa. I bet he does have... He looks like he has a pocket watch. Right? Okay, guys. What's his ideology? Just based on what we have. He's kind of neat kempt. His nails might be filed even, I bet. He's got a nice... His shirt's nice. It's a collared shirt, I think. We think he might have a pocket watch. What's his ideology? He loves the Green Party. You're so right. You're so... I think Smash Ultra might have nailed it in one chat. This looks like it could be a member of the Green Party. Out in nature? Alright, let's get back to Juche. Is it this way? Yes, it is. Juche time. No, that was fun. This was consciousness, right? Yes, consciousness. We are able to plan ahead and think about what we want to do. Like how I planned ahead and thought about how I wanted to talk about Korea today. How are independence, creativity, and consciousness interrelated? Independence, creativity, and consciousness, the intrinsic features of man, are closely related with each other. Independence is a factor that brings into play creativity. It says I'm sharing multiple screens. Hold on, let me just click stop sharing and reshare it. No, it was popping up, like covering part of the top of my screen on this side because it had 2 labels saying that I was sharing screens. It's not. I don't think it was bothering you. It was just bothering me.